Hey bike farmers, thanks for clicking in. We got ourselves a complete bike build, frame up. I've had this idea in my head for a while that aluminum bikes might actually be better than steel bikes. What do I mean by better? I don't know. Lighter? Stiffer? I don't know, they kind of have this special feel to them. So at some point, and I've even lost track now. So I think it was my last adventure bike build from like last year that I built up with 11-speed CUES and the super wide range and whatever. Well, I've kind of rethought that project and took all those parts off that bike. I set out to find a 26-inch old aluminum frame set that I could build up from scratch as like an all-arounder MTB X-biking kind of thing with that CUES drivetrain. And a while back, I was up visiting my friends at Shop Dog Cycles, the eBay store, and they had this VooDoo Bokor sitting there, and I was like, I want that bike. VooDoo is a not so very well-known brand that made some excellent bikes in the 90s and 2000s. I don't know if they're still around or what happened to them or whatever, but this is a really cool Tange, ALULITE aluminum, 7000 series aluminum, handcrafted in the USA. Really cool, special kind of frame. I actually had a VooDoo cyclocross bike back in the day. One of the first employee purchase, like big spendy kind of things I did was bought a steel cyclocross bike. This is before gravel because I was like, oh, that's like the ultimate bike. A drop bar road bike that can go off-road and on the trails they kind of do everything. Commuter bike. I liked it, except it was a cyclocross bike. Had this really short wheelbase and had all this toe overlap. It's kind of a stupid design. Again, racing bikes are stupid. I mean, technically this was a racing bike. It doesn't really have any mounts on it for fenders or racks or anything like that. But, you know, I mean, for day adventures, and you can put a saddle pack out and a frame bag and whatever, great bike for that. That's what I'm set out to do. I have a brand new steel Carver fork. And then also at Shop Dog, I found these wheels. They're XTR hubs and Celsa Degato rims. And I kind of like these knobby Panaracer Fire XC Pro tires that are on it. And then the CUES drivetrain, and I don't even remember. Oh, I got some brakes and stuff. We'll talk about it as we go. I guess that's enough yapping. You kick back and relax, and I'm going to get started. So yeah, like I mentioned, it's a fancy aluminum frame, Tange ALULITE aluminum 7000 series. This says handcrafted in the USA, has a little, well, we can get a closer look at that. It's a cool sticker. This is the Budget Bicycle Center sticker. That is where I worked and got my VooDoo back in the day. You can see here, it was designed by Joe Murray. I don't know Joe Murray. I don't know the story, but I assume he's a very fancy boy. And nothing says American patriotism like Uncle Sam Skeleton pointing at you saying, handcrafted in the USA. Do your part. Make America great again. And die doing it. This bike has a nice appropriate amount of dirt and filth on it. So I'm gonna take the appropriate, not very clean rag and smoosh it all in. You can see here the paint is chipped away. Got some corrosion underneath it. That's the only real bad spot that I've seen so far. Oh, looks like there's more over here. Looks like it took a hit here and the paint is starting to bubble underneath it. I don't know. I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? It's a very used bike. Underneath here, looks like there's some missing paint too. You know, this is very close to the paint I used on my custom Ellis. And I have some touch-up paint. I wonder if it's worth trying. Seems like a good spot to try it. Here's some alcohol. Get it good and clean. It's a little darker. It's a lot. Maybe it'll dry lighter, right? Doesn't paint do that? Whoa, that was a lot. Whoops, too much. I shouldn't paint anything ever. Man, what am I doing? There. Test an inconspicuous spot. It only seems prudent that we just keep going with this touch-up paint idea. It's close enough. Gonna put this on good and thick here. The rest of the bike is pretty good and just kind of dusty, so I'm gonna be careful where I spray the Behold. Just give her a good wiping down. Hey bike farmers, just a quick note while there's a lull in the action. If you've made it this far, I assume you liked the video enough to click the like button. If you really like it, let us know in the comments below. And if you're into bicycle content for regular people, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're able to support more directly, click on the super thanks button and send me some taco money. Or better yet, join the channel as a monthly sustaining member. All of these things will help grow the channel organically and give the Bike Farmer YouTube channel a strong future. Thanks again for watching. Now let's get back to the bikes. One little nick here. What nick? So it's got headset cups installed and it came with the headset parts. I guess I haven't taken a close look at this. It's just a basic headset and it needs some cleaning. There's a certain amount of filth going on here. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna start with the citrus degreaser. It's not so stinky. All right, let's try this thing that never works. Oh, she's working good today, folks. You know, why do I bother with it when I just smoosh it with my fingers anyway? So a real mechanic would free pack the lower half and just free pack these bearings, but those bearings look really good. So those are the bearings from the top. I'm putting them on the bottom. I don't know. Good enough for who it's for. All right. Hopefully this is all the right size. Oh, I dropped a fork. So we have seals. This looks like the one to fit there. Yep, clicked right in. Oh, dropped something. Okay, no big deal. And then here's the race. The race is on. Something and a home and a hat. That's like the best chorus ever, and I don't know it, and I'm gonna learn it. There we go. just decided. That looks upside down. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know. So this steerer I thought was 1.5 miles long, and it kinda is. And we're gonna need to get a star nut in there. Something doesn't seem right though here. Huh. I mean, seems like water could collect up above there. I don't know why we'd do that. Okay, let's try to measure things here. I like to avoid cutting steer tubes if I can, because it kind of sucks. However, you can't be too ridiculous. These bikes are race bikes, and I'm building like an ATB, right? So you don't need to be super hunched over. You know, I mean, that would be like way up there grandpa style. But I think we should start with that, and you can always stack up top, which is kind of chintzy, but maybe I'll grab a couple more. This bike kind of has that silver, gray, and black combo thing going, or silver and black, gray. Yeah, I said it right. Relax. Oh man, that is super close. That is redonkulous though. I got an idea. Oh, I dropped a spacer. Oh, yeah. Old man. Oh, I dropped my wrench. Off camera. I don't know, I think it looks kind of dumb. And that's way more better hay, isn't it? That's all proportionate. Okay, we're gonna cut it. I still think it looks funny. This video is gonna be 4 hours long. That looks smart, don't it, hey? That looks even smarter. So you can, you can scratch the shit out of your brand new Soma Shotwell stem. So I'm using Soma parts. Soma's distributed by Mary Sales, somafab.com or something like that. Really cool, like when you're doing builds like this. Good stuff for not a lot. You know, you'll see me use like really fancy parts on bikes, and then sometimes I use Soma and Velo Orange and that kind of thing, which is pretty fancy. It's not like cheapo, but really good value. Into it. So this is what they call a saw guide. Okay, and I see my mark, and I like to clamp the steer tube side, not the side that I'm cutting off. And I, hold on, let me get this tightened down. I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. And I like to, so the mark that I made was just above everything. And so I put the mark flush with this side of the saw guide, and that gives me that 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch wiggle room. And then I take a really dull blade all right, and then be sure to leave a comment about how I have my blade in that saw backwards. I don't know who, I'd never keep track, but somebody sent me this deburring tool. Thank you. With like a whole bunch of extra deburrs just for this. It's a good way to cut your fingers. Okay, so this is the star nut that gets pounded into your steer tube. And this is the star nut pounder banger in there tool. Put that guy there. Grab your Park Tool BFH. It gets it in there pretty square. See how we did. Oh, pretty good. Okay, so this has an old square taper bottom bracket, which really doesn't bother me at all, but I've got the new Shimano CUES stuff going in. Loosen that up. I'll try to loosen this side up. And I'm a work smarter, not harder kind of guy. There we go. Oh, it's a little crunchy, but it's a nice, what is it, UN51 bottom bracket. These are good. Classic Budget Bicycle Center blue marine grease. That's where I learned all my stuff. I like working on old Budget Bicycle Center bikes because we had a way of doing things, and it's obvious when you're working on them later. We knew that the owner, Roger, would check every single bike, and so they all had to be the same. That's kind of why I do everything the same, is I've just been like trained that way. Every mechanic would kind of do it the same way. Okay, so it's been a split second for you, but it's been a couple hours for me. I had to run to the bike shop in Madison, Revolution Cycles, my friends, and get this bottom bracket, okay? We've been down this road before, and I'm going to explain it to the best of my ability. What I had in stock was the BBURN or something. I had the road version of these, okay? So this is the MT501. These are the most common outbound Hollowtech bottom brackets out there. They come with all these spacers. You've got a 0.7, the skinny guy, and a 1.8 millimeter. Together, it's 2.5. But then both of these are 2.5 millimeter. This is a 73 millimeter bottom bracket shell. Okay, aluminum bikes tend to have 73, and steel bikes tend to have 68. The road, or maybe it's mountain bikes are 73 and road are 68. Anyway, the road bottom brackets won't work on 73 millimeter shells. And I kind of thought that. So I just went and got this, and it came with these spacers. This is what I didn't know the last time I did this. Now, for a 68 millimeter bottom bracket, if you have it, which some of them are, right, you need 68 and 73, the difference is 5 millimeters. So these 2.5 millimeter spacers. You put one on each side if you need to space this out, right, to 73. But since we don't, we only need 2.5 millimeters on one side, right? I'm not exactly sure why they come with a 0.7 and a 1.8, but they do. So we're going to on the drive side, put these spacers, okay? Just on the drive side. It's a good catch, okay? And then on the non-drive side, and everything's been greased, don't worry about it. On the non-drive side, we'd go no spacers, okay? And this should work with the crank set that I have. I have a CUES crank set, and I looked all this up on the internet. I found a Reddit thread where people are kind of confused, but not really, and then posted the technical stuff, so you guys can't yell at me anymore. Anyway, these spacers then will go up in the drawers. And let's be clear to all of you out there that commented, I don't remember which video that was when I got so dang confused and did everything so wrong. I got a lot of comments that were like, oh, going the wrong way. See? You know, this guy calls himself a bike mechanic. I can't believe he owns a bike shop. I would never take my bikes into his shop. Why am I getting everything wrong? You know, I am a mistaker, and you're absolutely right. I should know this stuff by now, but I don't. And frankly, like, I can hardly remember song lyrics. Like, I'm not real good with the technical knowing of compatibility, numbers, details. It's just not how my brain works. So it's part of the reason why I like need to always look up how to build a wheel. You know, like I should just know by now because I've done it so many times. But I don't know, I think I second guessed myself or something. Anyway, you're right, I should know this stuff and it's a little embarrassing, but here I am. Should be using a different tool for this. I have one somewhere. Okay, so here's the CUES 4632 crank set. It's the 11 speed. Well, I think all the crank sets are 11 speed. Oh. Okay. Now the other thing that I never knew about until I really messed up and you guys let me know is if you take this bolt out, okay, there's this thing, right? And it's a locking hooky mechanism thing. It's a safety feature so these crank arms don't accidentally fall off because it's a terrible design. I mean, it's a good design, but it's terrible. Okay, there's a little spacer there. Hope that's supposed to be there. And, oh, there we go. Come on. Trying to work around the camera. Why isn't this going on? There we go. Not that hard, folks. Okay, then if you push that guy in there, then it's a safety catch. See how that won't come off then? Okay, so we're gonna put this bolt in now. And then this is the little preload adjuster guy. I don't know why I had a new one of those in there, but I did, thank God. That's what this little tool's for, is just to go zippity-doo-dah. And you can just kind of finger tight this on. Just give it a snoog. And look at that. It's really pretty good. Okay, now it's important that you get these bolts tightened equally. I think the spec is, well, it's usually marked on there, but it's like 12 to 14 Newton meters. Nobody even knows what a Newton meter is, but just kind of make them the same. Use a torque wrench. There you have it. If this ain't the biggest dang old dang thing you've ever seen, I mean, I can't even believe it's in frame. God forbid I ever break that hanger. I don't know how you'd ever find a hanger for this bike. There's that big old CUES derailleur that's gonna give us some serious big cog energy. You just wait. All right, this is a double, and I'm kind of borrowing some spacers here, some shims, to get it to work. Hopefully this works. Again, I got a weird angle on it. Let's see if I can't not cross thread this. Okay, we're good. It's too bad it covers up the Tange sticker a little bit. It's gotta go down. I'm gonna smoosh my sticker, that sucks. But you need the bike to work. I think that's adequate clearance. Going for it anyway. Woody Charleston, everybody. Got some serious big cog energy going right here. Look at that. Insanely low gear. I don't know of a bigger range or better way to do it. I mean, maybe with like internal, like pinion drive, or like those roll-off hubs that are a gazillion dollars. So this is an 8, 9, 10 speed free hub, but the CUES stuff fits. So 11 speed CUES fits on 8, 9, 10 speed old HG free hubs. That's the beauty and magic of the hack. So if you have CUES 11 speed, you can turn those old 8 speed bikes into 11 speed bikes using CUES, which I think is a fascinating development. It really modernizes and upgrades these old bikes. But I think it's ridiculous because like now we've got this super low gear on a 26-inch wheel. It's just like the lowest gear, like you'd walk faster. Still fun, mechanically fun. XTR skewer, so fancy. It's really overkill. But I got such a smoking deal from Shop Dog Cycles, the eBay store. Might as well get the front wheel on too, turn it into a bicycle. You know, these bolts never come with any lube on them. No grease. I don't like that. But I also don't want to take them all the way off because then everything goes flying. I've always wanted to try these bars. The Soma Dream High Rise. These are monsters. Quick guys, go get your wives. Show them this technique. Check it out. Look what I can do. No, don't show your wives. They will leave you. For me. Technique. You master this technique, you're gonna wish you weren't married. Sorry about all my male-centric jokes because, you know, it is like 95% male out there. But funny's funny. I mean, it's really hard to gauge the right angle of bars when it's in the stand, but 5 Newton meters on those too. This bike is gonna be so cool, and it's already looking really cool. Soma seat post. Hopefully I measured before I ordered it. I think I did. Oh man, there was like some goo inside there. I probably should have cleaned it. Maybe this is tight. Maybe not. All right, it's coming down. So this is the Rivendell plastic saddle that I have that I really want to love, but haven't been able to yet for some reason. So it's in the bins, and I have it for projects. The problem I have with it is this really wide nose, and I mentioned it to Grant when I was there, and he was like, yeah, you know, some people like the wide nose, some people like the skinny nose. You can't make everyone happy. It is what it is. All right, buddy. It's the widest nose I've ever seen on a saddle. So I don't know how it ended up that way, but it seemed like it was a situation. He didn't like hearing it. And I'm just one guy. I mean, I don't expect him to change everything because one piece of feedback. I just thought like maybe he had heard it from someone else. But it's still a very comfortable saddle. It's just too wide of a nose. But I don't wanna put too much degreaser in here because I don't wanna flood the zone down below, but I wanna clean that out a little bit. Like I said, I felt like there's some buildup, some goo in there. Got the flex hone, right? Okay, it's in. Might as well tweak these bits here too, since we have the bike on the ground. I just want them angled slightly down. I may end up cutting these bars a little bit. Oh, I dropped my wrench. I did an old guy workout yesterday and my legs hurt so bad today. I can hardly move without going, hey, go, yeah. There. That puts the bike at a more manageable spot for me. Well, golly dang it, we got some Yokozuna brakes. These I got from Soma as well. Kind of a Japanese off-brand. They don't look like they're really great quality, to be honest with you. They're cheap. I like the name. I think they're about as good as Pro Max. And unfortunately, I only bought one pair of them. And, I got a whole bundle of used Pro Max brakes right here that I think will work just fine. We're gonna use these instead. They're a little dirty. I'm gonna use this Dawn Power Wash. I got lemon scent. It's brand new, I've never used it before. Ooh, it's lemony fresh.
Don't show your wives, boys. If they know that I can do dishes and you don't, they will leave you. For me. Actually, what if my wife watches this and she finds out that I know how to do dishes? That would suck. See, there I am being misogynistic again. What does doing dishes have to do with women, huh? I still make that joke though. When my wife moved into my house, I put in a dishwasher. Now I have two. I'm gonna run over to the sink and rinse these off quick. All right, back on the bike. Extra greasy bakeroni. Oh, hold on. Hold on, we're gonna go with the middle hole. Ooh, that's really quite a bit. But this screw here is all the way in. Back that screw out. Hopefully this gives us similar springage. Not loving the spacing. So when you pinch-a-roo here, let's just make sure. I'm gonna get this pad adjusted. You see how that one's like leaning in there? Well, this pad is being weird. Well, we're gonna take them apart. We already have the thick spacer on the inside. Right, but we need more spacing in here. I gotta figure something out. All right, I added a washer here. So it's a washer plus the thick one. And on the back side, we're gonna keep it the same. I'm just losing a couple threads, but there's still plenty holding things together. That should make it a little better. Or I could I'll just do new pads. Let's just put new pads on it. Oh, it'd be cool if I could find some with the gray. Boring content. Can't believe you're still watching through all this, but this is the solution. Look at me, I'm a genius, and I'm out $5. Yeah, because this one is like all sticky and gross and nasty. Why was I even thinking about using these pads? Oh boy, the whole thing came off now. Okay, so that's all wrong. That's why that was all jacked. XTR hubs and Pro Max brakes. This bike makes no sense. A headset. It's cool though, I'll show you the top cap. It's like Diacomp, patent pending. It's early old school threadless headset. Millions of brake bolts for me. Oh, that's good. Here's that cool top cap I was talking about. A headset, Diacomp, the patent numbers. Old school. That doesn't feel so good. Hate it when that happens. Oh, I dropped a brake bolt. All right, I did some sanding and modifying and stuff, and it's still not working. Struggle bus. Struggling to do the most easiest things. Bike farmer. Yay! It's my new theme song. That's way more better, hey. Give her some lubing. Should have just used the new brake. Wish I would have bought 2 pairs. Still might order new brakes, match the brake levers. It's a little pinchy, but it's okay. It'll do. Okay, here we go. Shift levers. Got some brand new Yokozuna brake levers. I'm a big fan of these IRD Gordo grips. And these amazing ends. All right, so I've had this hooked up once before to another bike, totally different configuration. Well, I wouldn't say totally different, but quite different configuration. So that doesn't need to be that long. All right. We can cut quite a bit of that housing off. I mean, frankly, it could be like that short. I mean, it's rubbing there, but I don't care. I mean, the shorter the better, right? I'm going there. See if we can reuse this cable. I got some brand new rubber donuts. Amazing. I don't think I've ever bought rubber donuts in my life. I've ran through them all. It's a lot of bikes. So this is interesting. We're gonna bump this down here and I'll show you why. This is gonna be the brake cable. This will be the brake cable housing, which is gonna start here. I'm gonna have to run it over here to get at my V-brake noodle, because this bike came before V-brakes, or before linear pull, so it was made for cantilevers, right? But then there's no shift cable stop, so the straight line is through here, right? So that's no housing. Okay, and then where does it go? I mean, would you even believe it that it goes right through there? Okay, but that part needs help. So I've got one of these sleeves, right? It doesn't have to be real long. All right, so that'll go through there. just like yow. And then this is my clipping from the front. All right, we're gonna turn this in all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. Okay. We want that to be long enough, but not too long. 4mm fancy ferrules, brass ferrules. I'm running out. That's a little longer than it needs to be. So there is a whole procedure and science to setting up these CUES systems so they shift just exactly perfect. Oh. And there's a groove that you need to find. And I've been through the exercise on the other bike. And maybe things are different with this one, but we're gonna start here. And then when things get really weird, we'll look it up and make our tweaks. Okay, that's gonna go like that. We're gonna keep that just out of the way for now. So there's the brake, and the derailleur cable goes right through it. Wild. And here's this. It just seems like, oh, you know, there's too much room, wiggle room or something there. Like, I think we're gonna struggle to get this to index properly.